Philip Imperial Hal stands as one of the most iconic and accomplished figures in the world of Apex Legends esports, a battle royale game developed by Respawn Entertainment that has captivated millions since its launch in 2019. Born on May 31, 1999, in Florida, United States, the 26-year-old American gamer has not only redefined competitive play through his aggressive, high-skill mechanics and strategic leadership, but has also become a cultural phenomenon within the community. Nicknamed the CEO for his commanding presence, confident demeanor, and business-like approach to dominating the battlefield, Imperial Hal embodies the essence of Apex Legends: skillful, tactical, loud, and unapologetically bold. As of December 2025, he competes professionally for Team Falcons, a prominent Saudi-based esports organization, after a storied tenure with Team Solomid. His journey from a budding H1Z1 competitor to a multi-time world champion has earned him over $1,040,804 in prize money from 120 tournaments, making him the highest-earning player in Apex history. Beyond the stats, Imperial Hal's larger-than-life personality marked by viral trash talk, eccentric highlights, and a relentless grind has made him a streaming juggernaut with more than 2.1 million Twitch followers and 230,000 YouTube subscribers, where he shares gameplay, commentary, and behind-the-scenes insights into pro life. Which controller does Imperial Hal use? His primary and most consistently reported controller is the Xbox Battle Beaver Electric Volt, a premium custom Xbox Series X controller tailored for competitive play. This model stands out for its vibrant electric volt colorway, remappable rear paddles which Imperial Hal uses minimally due to his claw grip preference, and enhanced thumbstick tension for precise aiming. Battle Beaver Customs, the manufacturer, allows extensive personalization, including hair triggers to reduce actuation time on bumpers, and sticks with concave domes for better control during 180-degree turns in Apex. Imperial Hal has praised this controller for elevating his skill ceiling with looser tension options compared to stock Xbox pads, and he even auctioned a signed version for charity in July 2024 during a high-profile event with content creator CDogVA. Priced around $200 depending on customizations, it's a favorite among pros for its reliability in wired mode on PC, where Imperial Hal streams and competes at 1000 Hz polling rates to minimize latency. He has occasionally referenced it in posts about controller superiority in Apex, such as in October 2024 when celebrating a tournament win with controller amid input debates. Imperial Hal Apex Controller Settings. Imperial Hal's controller settings are meticulously tuned for aggressive, high-mobility playstyles that define his role as an entry fragger and in-game leader IGL on legends like Horizon or Wattson. He employs a claw grip technique, curling his index finger over the face buttons for simultaneous aiming and button presses, allowing him to stick with the default button layout without remapping, which keeps his muscle memory intact from years of MNK. This layout maps standard actions like jump to A, crouch to B, and reload to X with no paddle reliance, emphasizing raw analog precision over complex binds. For movement and aiming, his look sensitivity is set to 4 high, providing swift 360-degree turns essential for peaking and repositioning in Apex's dynamic environments, while ADS sensitivity is at 3 default for controlled tracking during sustained fire. The response curve is linear, a staple for controller pros as it delivers a direct 1:1 input-to-output ratio, eliminating the acceleration ramp-up of classic or exponential curves that can feel sluggish in flicks. Dead zones are set to none for both look and movement, maximizing responsiveness from the slightest stick input, though Imperial Hal advises beginners to start with a small dead zone on 4:2 linear before going 0 dead zone to avoid overcorrection. Inverted look is off, vibration is disabled to prevent distractions, and interact reload is on tap to use and reload for fluid utility deployment. Advanced options like custom look controls are off, per optic ADS sensitivity is disabled to maintain uniform zoom scaling, and he opts for toggle crouch to enable bunny hopping without holding the button. Menu cursor speed sits at 45 for quick navigation in lobbies. These settings, unchanged broadly since his switch, have powered his dominance in seasons like 2020-24, where he led TSM and Falcons to top placements. He famously endorsed 4:3 linear no dead zone in 2022 as the best for newcomers, calling non-users bots in a tongue-in-cheek push for nerfs, but now recommends it as a gateway to his exact config. Imperial Hal Apex Video Settings. Imperial Hal is renowned for his exceptional gameplay, multiple ALGS championships, and recent switch to controller input, which he adopted around early 2025 to optimize his performance in high-stakes competitive environments. His video settings are meticulously tuned for maximum frame rates, visibility, and responsiveness on his high-end setup, prioritizing competitive edge over visual fidelity. This configuration allows him to maintain ultra-high FPS on his 480 Hz monitor, ensuring buttery-smooth movement and precise aiming during intense firefights. Imperial Hal's core video settings revolve around a stretched resolution for a wider field of view illusion and reduced visual clutter, specifically set to 1920 by 1440 at a 4:3 5:3 and 5:4 aspect ratio in full-screen display mode. This stretch setup, confirmed through his streams and pro tracking sites, leverages his Sony InZone M10s 27-inch QHD 2560 by 1440 native OLED monitor's capabilities by using custom launch options to stretch the image across the full panel, providing a competitive advantage in target acquisition without sacrificing too much peripheral vision. His field of view is maxed at 110, with FOV ability scaling disabled in some reports to prevent distortion on legend abilities, sprint view shake minimized to reduce motion blur during aggressive pushes, and V-Sync disabled to eliminate input lag. Brightness is calibrated around 66% for optimal enemy visibility in varied lighting conditions, balancing shadow detail without overexposing highlights. Diving deeper into his advanced video settings, Imperial Hal opts for performance-oriented choices across the board to achieve consistent 400+ FPS even in chaotic scenarios. Anti-aliasing is set to none to sharpen edges and boost FPS. Texture streaming budget is dialed down to very low 3GB VRAM to minimize loading stutters and prioritize immediate asset rendering, and texture filtering uses bilinear for crisp, low distortion textures without the performance hit of higher modes like anisotropic. Ambient occlusion quality is fully disabled to eliminate unnecessary shadow computations. Sun shadow coverage and detail are both low. Spot shadow detail is disabled, volumetric lighting and dynamic spot shadows are turned off entirely. Model detail is low, effects detail is low, impact marks are disabled, and ragdolls are set to low. Nvidia Reflex is enabled with boost in some configurations to further reduce system latency, and adaptive resolution FPS target or supersampling remains off to avoid dynamic scaling dips. Color blind mode is off, as he doesn't require it, ensuring unaltered color perception for precise enemy spotting. Imperial Hal gears. Complementing these in-game tweaks, Imperial Hal's hardware ecosystem is top-tier esports grade. His primary monitor is the Sony InZone M10s 27-2560 by 1440 QHD OLED, 480Hz refresh rate, 0.03 milliseconds response time, paired with a Sony InZone H9 headset for immersive, low-latency audio. The Battle Beaver Xbox controller features custom mods like smart paddles, decreased tension sticks, and Z-sticks for enhanced grip and thumbstick control. His gaming PC boasts an Intel Core i9-14900K CPU, Nvidia GeForce RTX 4090 GPU, 64GB 2x32GB Corsair Vengeance RGB DDR5 6400 RAM, MSI MPG Z790 Carbon motherboard, Kingston KC 3000 2TB PCIe 4.0 NVMe SSD, Be Quiet, Straight Power 1000W PSU, Asus TUF Gaming GT502 case, Deepcool FC120 fans, and Deepcool LS720 AIO cooler. A secondary streaming PC handles encoding with an AMD Ryzen 9 5950X and RTX 3090. Accessories include an Artisan Zero XL FX soft mousepad, though less relevant now, Shure SM7B microphone, Elgato Stream Deck MK.2, Sony A7 III webcam with FE24mm f1.4 lens, and Herman Miller X Logitech G Embody chair. These settings last comprehensively tracked around mid-2025 with minor updates into late 2025 via streams and Season 27 videos, reflect Imperial Hal's philosophy of minimalism and maximization, stripping away graphical bloat for unparalleled clarity and speed. While he hasn't publicly released a full videoconfig.cfg file recently, pros like him often tweak via in-game menus and Windows Nvidia control panel optimizations, such as disabling full-screen optimizations and enabling high-performance GPU mode. Emulating his setup requires a beastly rig to hit peak FPS, but scaling textures down and sticking to stretched residential can approximate it on lesser hardware.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on the latest news and updates. Drop a comment below sharing your favorite gaming setup tips or what you'd like to see next on the channel. Let's build a gaming community together.